should be like you, Melvin.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Cherries fans around the world. Welcome back to a fresh Monday morning after a fantastic weekend of football all round. Please do welcome co-hosts Sean and Malcolm. Welcome, guys.
Good morning.
How are we both this morning? All good?
Yeah, absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, perfect weekend.
Good.
Yeah. Where do we start?
Exactly. Everyone watching in the chat, please do remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let's run through some of the comments this morning. Dan Short already in the chat. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Three of us in this morning. Absolutely. Yeah, nice to have you here this morning, Sean. Thanks for getting involved. It's good to have three faces in the morning.
No.
Chris Hubble, morning Malcolm, morning Chris.
Morning, Chris.
David DaCosta, good morning everyone. From somewhere between Japan and South Korea. Crikey, David, you are on the trip of a lifetime over these last few weeks, aren't you, by the sounds of it?
Awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, really amazing. Liam Humby, good morning everyone. Up the Cherries.
Morning.
Morning.
Darren Haas, good morning, good afternoon all. Good morning, good afternoon, Darren.
Morning.
Morning, everybody, and a special hello to Dave in Japan, Paul from Oz. Yeah, awesome. If you didn't catch it, go and watch Paul and Matt's show from Friday morning. I know that was a good one. And there's a couple of other shows that came out last week and Saturday as well. So do try go back and watch them as well.
Hi, Paul. How you doing, mate?
Dan Short, morning, all three of you today. Yeah, morning, Dan.
Morning.
Dan.
Darren Hurst, what a weekend of soccer. Lionesses and then 3-0 win. Yeah, we'll get into it, Darren. Don't you worry, my friends. Don't you worry.
Can I just say,
Of course you can.
Dan, question for you. I'll be at Ringwood on Wednesday evening. So if you see me hanging around with the camera around my neck, please come and introduce yourself. Be good to say hello.
Absolutely. Yeah, nice one for reminding there, Malcolm. And Dan, anyone that might be going to that game on Wednesday night, if you see Malcolm's face with that camera, please do go and tap him on the shoulder and say hello, because I guarantee you he'll love to meet some people from the chat. So would be fantastic.
Great stuff. Thanks, guys.
Dan, if anyone fancies some live football tomorrow night, Ringwood versus Pooltown FC, £5 for adults, £3 for some concessions. Nice. Thanks for letting everyone know, Dan. That's cool. Well done, England ladies. Absolutely. Darren, hi. Ollie, Sean, that should be, and Malcolm, not Simon. Nearly there, Darren. Nearly there. Morning, Paul.
Morning, Paul.
Nice to have you back here. And a very, very early morning, as always, to Badger and Bournemouth fan.
Bless you.
Good early morning, Badger.
Good morning.
Badger, I imagine that it was more of a normal time for you watching the game on Saturday rather than watching the Cherry AMs. So where it was 9 p.m. for us, I think it was 3:30 or 4:30 for you. But yeah, we'll get onto that in a moment. I don't know how close you are to the game, Badger, but it was in New Jersey, wasn't it? So I'm not sure whereabouts in America you are. Darren, Malcolm will buy a pint to everyone who taps him on the shoulder on Wednesday.
I'll have to take my plastic card with me then.
Yeah. I'll make sure to get it out on the Facebook group, Dan. Dan, any transfer rumours, incomings or outgoings? Not this morning, my friend. We shall go over those tomorrow morning, though. This morning's show is going to be jam-packed with super exciting results from the weekend from 2 games that I'm sure you're aware of. Darren, sorry, Sean, bloody predictive text.
Nice.
And game started at 3. I'm an hour north of Chicago. Oh, yeah, crikey. So complete opposite side of New Jersey because they're all the way down south, aren't they, I believe. Nice. Everyone in the chat, fantastic. I appreciate you all being here so early on a Monday morning. It's awesome to have you all on board. Now, where do we start, chaps? Up the cherries in all bloody apartments, right? Was Saturday not exactly what we were hoping and expecting for to give us the explosion into this tournament and to piece together everything that Iriola's been doing in this quiet period? Are we agreed on that?
Yeah, you couldn't say it's any more of a perfect weekend. I mean, when you play your first pre-season, well, you get to see anyway, you want your players you're replacing to stand out. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And for me, Petrovic, Truffert and Hill, though Hill's not a new signing, but he was the replacement for Dino, they were the star players, especially Hill for me. He was absolutely everywhere. He was getting tackles in. He's in the right place. I've said that this is going to be a standout season, and so far, first impression, I would say he's standing out. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that, Malcolm, sometimes your opinion is a bit more on the fence because I know that you like to see game time, you like to see minutes. How was the game for you? Was there a right amount of subs? Was it a good starting bench?
Certainly that he would put a lot of players out over the 90 minutes. It's quite predictable, really, pre-seasons, having done similar last season when they were over in America. But hat off to everybody. They all put in a shift and showed Andoni, right, this is what we can do. Really impressive. I mean, the first half, obviously, Everton were decent. You know, they weren't full strength, but it wasn't a weak side. I think, 0-0 half time was about right, to be honest with you. But it was the performance of all the players, even with the changes coming in. It didn't unbalance anything, and I just thought, well, he's going to have a headache, which is going to be his starting 11 in a couple of weeks' time. But really, really impressive. Yeah, standout was obviously James Hill. I think we all agreed on that anyway, on the watch along. Truffert, yeah, who needs Kirk is my opinion. But even the players that don't get the minutes, and a big shout out to Adu for coming on and having that poacher's instinct to get his goal. Bless him. Vindictive. Yeah, it was for me. It was just perfect. It was the performance for me, not so much the result. And well impressed. And I'm sure they can step it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think between the two of you, you've really named out the standout players there in the game for sure. Definitely a shout out to Everton. The first half they performed. They have some great players on the pitch. I think after seeing that game, I would reconsider my judgment of them on the tier list show. I think because I think I've been incredibly unfair and a bit judgmental about how Everton are going to come out and perform, and they absolutely shocked me the first half of that game. Completely shocked me. Especially with I mean, Alcaraz, Beto,
Alcaraz, yeah.
Diaz. Yeah, mate, they had some really impressive players. And I think it's only.
Sorry, Ollie.
Go
Yeah,
on.
those two were a standout, and I was thinking to
Yeah.
myself, well, if they had other players around them that do the job, take nothing away from Petrovic and James Hill, because I mean he was putting himself on the lines, putting the blocks in. His awareness and positional play was superb. So you've got to counteract everything. What the opposition, what they do, what is really outstanding and good. You have to try and stop it. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
But those two, like you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, and look, I think the only reason we went into that 0-0 scoreline at the halftime break, right, was because Dordy Petrovic. He
Yeah,
kept out two
definitely.
shots from Bittu.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And one of them was a fantastic save. So
Yeah.
it really shows what we've done. We weren't necessarily as attacking, as killer instinct as we were in the second half. But first half we survived, and I think that's all that mattered. And the performance was there, and the effort was there. And I think, as you said, standout players: James Hill, fantastic; Adrian, fantastic; Petrovic on his game. I know the rotation of keepers has to happen, which is why Neto came in. Let's move on to what I thought was a really, really crazy substitution to make us the first sub, bringing on Phil Bill.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get my head around it. So
no, not only you.
and then all of a sudden he brings out Masterclass. Sean, so talk me through your thoughts on this.
Well, with Phil Bill, thing is, I don't want him to go. I've said that I think he will be sold or stuff like that, but I've been wanting him as an impact sub. I think he gives the best kind of impact, is completely different in that, and he's got massive quality in that. He's shown it again in that, and I say it's another perfect weekend, because if you've got a player that, regardless whether you want him to step up so he gives him a chance, or whether you want him to sell him, well, he couldn't really show himself as a brilliant player to sell. So either way, it says whether he wants to get into that first team, he's made excellent shout. And for our suitors, if we want to sell him, made an excellent performance. So pretty perfect again.
Yeah. Malcolm, and obviously you shared the same thoughts, I know, in our group chat when Phil Bill came on. What was your thoughts when he did pop that right footer in?
Unbelievable. Big shout out to Traore for setting him up.
1-2s. Yeah.
Nice give and go there. Super. I did also mention, that I think it must have been three defenders. They did stand off, and when you got three defenders, in a line very close to each other, one of them must make the decision to go in, and not one of them did, and it just played into his hands. But take nothing away, what a brilliant strike, really was.
Yeah, and I think well played for giving the kudos to Traore there as well, because I think after half time, and again, if you watch the watch along on Saturday, me and Malcolm came in at half time and gave some of our thoughts and opinions on the first half. And one of them was maybe that Traore and Tavernier weren't getting used as much in the positions that they were in. And as soon as we came back into the second half, we noticed that Traore and Tavernier had been pushed right up. And that was the impact of where Phil Billing had come in, because of that play in the final third now. Which again, I hate to be wrong about some things, but crikey, kudos to Iraola for being able to notice that is the right move to make, to then bring Phil Bill on. He knew that he wasn't going to make those other 5 subs to the 60 minutes, because he said that in his halftime talk. So he knew exactly how he was going to play out that second half, and it worked. The guy is a strategic genius, and I have to take my hat off to him every time, because it was just. I was eating my words, Malcolm. Especially on that track.
It's really nice to be proved wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's one of the nice times. Let me quickly run through some of these comments before we continue. Chris Hubble, new away kit, not yet. Hence why I've still got the away shirt on, Chris. This will be staying every morning until that away kit gets posted. So if I'm still wearing this tomorrow, you know that we haven't got an away kit yet. Dan Short, too many keepers on the bench. Yeah, I think it's the perfect time to have keepers on the bench, though, isn't it?
The whole squad on the bench, I think, pretty much. Anyway,
yeah, pretty much. I mean, apart from a couple of players that were out,
the injured ones, yeah.
Exactly. Nice to see Adu Adjei scoring. Yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely.
And I think, Malcolm, you said the perfect words there, that hunter mentality, just being ready in that final third, being alert to pounce on that ball whenever possible. And he did. He took his chance and he got the goal from it. So, yeah.
Well, both development players almost scored. Well, what if they Bing did, but the other one almost did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And again, first half, Winterburn was, in my opinion, class player. He really showed why he's developing into a first team player for AFC Bournemouth in that first half. So, yeah, super exciting things to come from them. Paul Sants, I thought Traore and Billing were fantastic, but both might leave.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, do we think that is still the plan and the possibility with Iraola giving them game time, with Iraola trying to let them prove themselves? Is that the plan?
I mean, with the lineup, it's only surprising.
I mean, whilst they're still Bournemouth players, you give them minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
You can't ignore them, can you? I mean, it's not a done thing. So
no, and Sean, I think you said it as well, right? It's either exposure or first team. So either they're going to get a chance with us moving forward into the season, or they're going to increase their value by playing well at this summer series. So I think either way is a win-win. Yeah.
They say also with fitness and that, you got 3 games in a week, which even under normal circumstances is a bit much. But when it's a pre-season to have 3 games, you've got to do staff rotation. Otherwise, you get injuries.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and especially being 2 weeks away from the start of the season, we want to be as careful as possible with all of our players, really. Paul from Oz, Phil Bill Wonderstrike. Bournemouth player, contract expires June 2027. Top scorer for the club, 2 goals in friendlies. We need him for this season, guys. It's an interesting take, Paul. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily disagree at this moment in time. I would have before the weekend. He wasn't even close to being in my top 15 in that squad. So yeah, maybe a rethink is due. David Da Costa, Phil Bill, a confidence player. Yeah, I'd agree. He definitely looks like he's come back from the Italian league with a bit of sprite in his step, doesn't he?
I think the whole team, once he scored, we seemed to go up another level. So it's not just him. I think the whole team suddenly, I don't know if you guys thought the same thing, but once we scored, the floodgates seemed to open.
Yeah. And then Dango down the left-hand side, that was a cracking goal into the box. Power strike with his left foot, I thought was going to skyrocket somewhere else, and it went right into the top corner. Yeah, spot on, Sean. Badger and Bournemouth fan, perfect type of game for Billing. Not great in a wide open game, but really good when the game is more packed in by the other team. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, it was definitely heavily defended by Everton, as Malcolm said. There was too many people behind the ball that weren't poking a toe in or putting a foot in when they probably should have been. And in my opinion, that second half, we were the first to every touch. We were the first to every ball in the air. So it's tough for a team like Everton to do anything against us, really. And yeah, as you said, perfect game for Phil Bill. Paul from Oz, you're right, Ollie. 12 months ago, many Bournemouth fans were writing him off, valued at 10 million in the market. Yeah, Paul from Oz, I was definitely one of those people, mate. And again, I think up until recently, he was written off as a Bournemouth player for me. He just, the last couple of seasons when he was at the club playing regular first team football, he just wasn't. There was games where the effort wasn't there for me. And he was kind of a middle ground player that wasn't really pushing for anything, wasn't really attacking for anything. It was a bit lackluster. But yeah, look, that's my opinion, and he absolutely smashed it on Saturday. So I take all of those opinions back, and kudos to him. Maybe now is his time to push back into the first team.
Just goes to show, that he can do it.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah. And these little spells, right? These little loan spells, maybe they can absolutely enhance a player's
Yeah,
confidence. Maybe
yeah.
they can put a player into the right frame of mind to come back into the Premier League. It's interesting. Tommy Perry, I don't care how the season goes, as long as we're able to do well enough to keep Areola, it's a win.
He ain't going anywhere, Tommy.
You got some strong feelings on that one, Malcolm, yeah?
Very much so. It winds me up when people start talking about managers leaving. There's no grounds for it. So that's my opinion. We know how he does contracts. We know that he's bought into the project, what Bill's doing. He's there to stay. Certainly for, this 5-year plan that Bill's got. So, okay.
Yeah.
I've said my piece.
Can't necessarily disagree with that, Matt, to be honest. Darren Hurst, Winterburn, the workhorse. Completely agree. Yeah,
Yep.
thoughts on Winterburn first half, Sean?
Yeah, I thought he played well in there, and obviously I think he's trying to learn a lot from Christie. I think doing very similar styles, trying to close down, run around, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've seen him starting to mould a bit like Christie, which hopefully Christie's got a few more years than that, but eventually we do need to see a replacement, and that's what we got to be looking at. All players always looking to who's going to be the next in the future. Got Soler as a future player in that, and Winterburn certainly making his case as the next Christie, for example.
Absolutely, yeah. And in regards to future players, development squad players, please do go back last week, anyone in the chat, and watch mine and Malcolm's show on Wednesday. That was all about the development squad. Coming up to Badger, Cherries didn't have Cook, Christie, Adams, or Cliver, and they still looked really solid. Malcolm, last season, I'm not sure if you remember, around Christmas time, we had a ton of injuries, and we were relying on our backup squad, and then all of a sudden, we did really, really, really well. We had a long period of winning games, and then our team started to get its depth back, and we weren't doing as well, were we? Because our second squad, as it was, had been performing for us. How do we now look at this? So obviously Saturday's game was fantastic. We didn't have our main spine. Is that comforting, or does that mean that we have more flexibility with releasing players? How should we be looking at this?
I think, to be honest with you, it just shows what depth we now have in the squad. It's the first thing, and you got the replacements there. It was very odd. Obviously, those Badgers mentioned here. Christian Adams not in, Cookie out, also out. How are we going to fill the midfield? How's it going to work? It's going to be really, really interesting, to be honest with you. The lads that came in, they all stepped up and proved, that they're capable replacements. And nice headache for Andoni to have.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, it's a good problem to be with, isn't it?
Yeah. It's going to be difficult, because obviously there's going to be games where some of these players who've really shown what they're capable of doing, they're going to be either completely left out, not even on the bench, and probably ask themselves, what have I got to do? But it's going to be a question of time. Everybody's going to get their chance. Injuries will come, suspensions will come. There's cup games, so the opportunities are there, and I'm sure they'll just say, right, I'm ready for this. And that is the point. You've got to be ready, even if you're not in the starting 11. If you're not on the team sheet, even if you're left out for a week, after you've done your training, you've got to say to the boss, I'm ready for this. Just to give him,
put me back in. Let me fight for it. Let me get it back. Yeah. And I think you're spot on there. Is I'd rather not have the flexibility of having too many players and it be a battle for every single spot on that pitch. We've got a player that's earned it and a player that's battling for it. And I think we will consistently find the best talent in our team if we have that environment.
I mean, I don't know what your guys' views are, but I think I wouldn't like to go like we did last season where we were down to the bare bones. I wouldn't like to go through that again.
No,
No.
you've got to have that quality in the backup and that, but that's the thing with any Premier League team. You always want that quality in the background and ready to step up and all that kind of stuff, but it's always a balancing act because no player wants to be second choice. So, yeah, they'll have the determination and they'll keep fighting and all that kind of stuff, but you can't help if you're second place to drop off a bit. It's human nature and that. So it's very hard. But yeah, you definitely want to have that option of people fighting than not have an option. So
yeah, absolutely. Paul, Sunderland are looking to buy Traore. Yeah, I think that is actually a little bit more than speculation at the moment as well. We'll come to that a bit later on in the week. I do think that Traore would be a fantastic signing for Sunderland, personally. I think that he would enhance the squad that they're building right now massively, and I think he'd be a huge stepping stone for them this season. But it's not something we're going to go into this morning, Paul. Badger. So Darren says Badger or Croupy. Yeah, so that's coming back to this message here. Yeah, so Cook, Christie, Adams, Cliver, or Croupy. 5 players. Which I know I can't imagine you were very happy about, Malcolm, not seeing him on the.
Really disappointed, to be honest here.
Thought you might have been. Paul from Oz, Christie, Adams, Cook, Cliver, all injured. Yep. Darren, hope to see Paulson get some more minutes soon and see if he is as good as I believe he was for A-League in Australia. Yeah, I completely agree, Darren. That was actually my loss on Saturday. I would have loved to have seen Paulson. I really want to see him out on the pitch. Yeah, I want to see just what he's like with the team, with the squad, playing against Premier League sides. You know, just a lot of different things that will really allow us to understand how good he actually is. It's all good and well being able to go back and watch the Australian A-League and see some of his performances there, which are fantastic. But if we put him in the Prem, if we put him in a European game, let's really see what he can do to test to see if he's AFCB.
Yep.
Yeah, I really hope that. As I put Poulsen, I wanted him as second choice, though I do think he's going to be loaned out, and obviously it's pre-season friendlies. You can't read too much into it, but I think I saw that the Hibs game that Neto was used a bit and stuff like that. And obviously in this game, Neto again was used as sub and that. So I've put that I was saying Neto's going to be second choice, even though I wouldn't want that. And so far, if you did look into pre-seasons at all, it's looking more likely Neto to be second choice. Hope I'm wrong, as I want Poulsen, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. It could go either way at the minute, couldn't it?
It could indeed.
Yeah. So Paul from Oz, Cook's banned for the first 2 games anyway.
Yep.
He is indeed. Yeah, he is indeed. And David Costa, patience will be key. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's one thing that as Cherries fans we're getting really good at, and it's being pretty patient. The excitement, the recruitment, the development, the uplift from Category 2 to Category 1 in the academy. That's now a whole nother season. We've got so much that we have to be patient for here in the next 5 years. But it's all part of being a Cherries fan, right? It's bought into this vision, isn't it?
It's completely changed. For a lot of people, it's still quite alien, isn't it?
Yeah. And alien's uncomfortable, right?
You have to get on board. That's the thing. Expect the unexpected. That's another way of looking at it.
Yeah, I mean, the most amazing thing with Category 1 as well, we get into, what's it called? It used to be Paint Trophy or whatever it is. I don't know what it's called now.
I know you mean. Yeah.
I don't know if we get Category 1, whether we would be able to do it in this season. I presume not, because I think it's towards the end part of the year we get Category 1.
Yeah, so we won't know if we've passed the audit for Category 1 until at the end of the season. So the audit happens in September, but we won't have an idea whether we've passed or failed until literally after the season is finished.
I think that would be brilliant for the development team. If we can get into that competition. I think that is a step up with competition. I mean, yeah, you've got the development league and all that kind of stuff, but to go against actual League One, League Two, and that teams regularly in competition and all that, I think it'll massively help our development squad and say give good squad rotation.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Malcolm, were you gonna touch on something there?
All I was going to say is you need to be up against the best. So Cat One will give us that,
Yeah.
and you know what you're fighting for. You know that's
Yeah.
the level you're looking at, and that's what you want to be aiming for every player. It doesn't matter what position. Brilliant. You know, and for the coaching staff as well. Wow. You know, they must be loving it.
Yeah, I bet. And from what I know, and from what we've obviously discussed, Malcolm, and from the things that we've watched, I'm pretty sure that the team and the coaches there are all 100% ready for this audit in September. So
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that we'll have Category 1 by the end of the season, unless something catastrophic goes wrong somewhere. But I can't imagine, with the time, the effort, and the money that they've put in over there, I can't imagine that we're going to miss it. So
I'm gonna make a note of this now. Ollie said,
hold me to it. Well, we were nearly right with our score predictions last week, weren't we?
absolutely. Yeah.
Very close. Yeah, we said 3-1 for the game against Everton. It was 3-0. Darren Hurst being patient for the second kit. Crikey. Yeah, you're telling me, Darren. And waiting for the release to order both home and away kit without sponsor and only pay one fee of 18 quid for shipping. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes complete
Smart
sense.
move.
Cool. So look, fantastic weekend. We've got the second episode for the summer series coming up on Saturday night. Saturday night? It is Saturday night, isn't it? I believe.
I haven't a clue.
Yeah, I know the next game is Thursday, 2:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's right. Then it's Saturday for the West Ham game. You're correct.
Yeah, I think it is.
So, chaps, just to finish off the show with what was a fantastic weekend, let's come on to the amazing back-to-back trophy-winning European champions, international, the Lionesses.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
They done absolutely amazing. As they're not the quality-wise, they're slightly behind Spain now. But as I say, same as any top Premier League club, they take their chances, and that's the difference when you go against top teams. They take their chances. They can play not brilliant all game, but they take their chances and they end up winning trophies and stuff like that. And it shows the drive and the heart they've got, which any fan, that's the most fun thing, is seeing really pushing in heart, and they've got it.
Absolutely, yeah. Being able to connect with passion, right? And I think that's a lot of what football fans are, is being able to connect with that moment of joy of their team winning. And just a huge shout out to Hannah Hampson, the goalkeeper.
Thank you.
Crikey.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Some of the saves that she made, the 2 penalties in the shootout. She made 2 fantastic saves during the 90 minutes that I noticed. Just ridiculous to see such a good goalkeeper for the Lionesses and then saving 2 penalties in the final against Spain, which ultimately that made us win the penalty shootout, really, saving 2 penalties. Just fantastic. And as you said, Sean, the Spain were clearly in control of the game, 67% of possession for the 90 minutes, 22 shots, but unable to convert them into a full-time lead after we went 1-1. They did go 1-0 up, but it just makes me proud, finally, to watch an international England team and see them just really perform twice in a row, like really bring it home for England. Malcolm, did you watch it in the end?
I've watched virtually all of the Euro 25. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I love watching the women's internationals anyway. They're super, super competitive. I think for me, through the whole tournament, there the standout were goalkeepers. The standout players. There was Falk from Sweden. You had Katakol from Spain, and obviously Hannah Hampton. Absolutely amazing. You know, it's. I mean, they were the top three. Others were included, but wow. England played, let's just say, differently compared to 3 years ago. Sometimes ugly wins are good. You don't like to see that as fans. You want to see them play. But obviously, with players dropping out and others having to come in, it couldn't have been easy. But it's the togetherness that they've got and the belief. Wow, just absolutely super amazing. And I predicted Spain to win the title, to be honest here, before it started. But they just couldn't finish. So that was their, I think really their Achilles heel.
Yeah, absolutely.
But absolutely buzzing, really.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
There is one little funny actually saw this morning. Something was posted that Chelsea have offered, Man United have offered 100 million to Chelsea for Hannah Hampton, with Onana going in the other direction. It made me smile. I just thought, wow, it says everything about her, really. No, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, really fantastic, and kudos to every single lady on that pitch yesterday. Just unbelievable, and I really hope they have a fantastic couple of weeks now before their season starts again. Because crikey, they're gonna have another. I mean, it's just getting bigger and more intense and more exciting for women, isn't it? So they're almost in this transitional period now where take the wins and take it all as it comes, but you're gonna have to get ready because it's going to get more media filled. It's going to have more money put into it. There's going to be bigger stadiums, and the women's game is only going to get bigger, which is just fantastic.
They totally deserve it. They totally deserve it. And, I can't understand, why, not just in the UK, but, all around the world, they're proving they're capable of doing it and performing. And you see the gap between the teams now is narrowed. Before, it used to be, you could thrash anybody, but those days are coming to an end now. So very, very competitive.
Yeah. And the other aspect that I love about it is all it's doing is feeding down into grassroots football. So grassroots football, at the end of the day, from the men having a lot of the focus being on them to then having the smaller grounds and the smaller pitches then built a bit back up for the females game. And then as soon as they get moved on and there's more money put down here, eventually our kids are going to have better pitches. Our teenagers are going to have better pitches. There's going to be better facilities all over the country to facilitate people getting into the game earlier. And I think ultimately that is the route that it's taking with how the funnel trajectory is going for football in the UK and grassroots football. And that's the most exciting bit for me is that, I mean, remember 25, 30 years ago, everyone would be out on the pitch playing. You'd have all the kids from the village, all the kids from the town. There'd be football games going on everywhere. And you just don't see it as much anymore. You just don't. Grassroots football for me is the big one, but fantastic for the ladies. Fantastic weekend of football. And what a way to get you excited for the Premier League coming in less than a couple of weeks, right?
Can't wait. Just can't wait.
Yeah. Watching Man United and Villa and how they played very early this morning or late last night. I'm not sure which one it was. We have a great chance to win our first trophy. Yeah, it was West Ham. Great chance to win our first trophy. Absolutely. Yeah, I think we do. I think, Sean, did you mention watching some of the game?
Yeah, I watched the West Ham Man U, and the first half, West Ham was really bad. Man U, they was being shouted they was being good in that, but I think it was just because West Ham was being so poor on that. And then the second half, West Ham seemed to step it up, and their Man U looked poor. And I know a lot of fan things put Man U as fifth and stuff like that. But to be honest, I was already going for like, I don't know, 13th, 14th. And on that performance, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be on as pre-season, but I didn't see anything special, any reason why they should be anywhere near European challenging for Man U, certainly.
Yeah, good to hear it. Good to hear it. I'll make sure I go back and watch some of the highlights of that just to confirm those thoughts, Sean. um, Paul from Oz, Malcolm would remember Bournemouth reserves playing at Dean Court on a Wednesday afternoon. People would nick off work to watch them. Yeah. Darren, Spain played some fantastic football around the box, which at times was mesmerising, but England dug deep even after going one down. Hannah made some amazing saves. Yeah. Yeah, I think you've just echoed all of our thoughts there, Darren. Tommy, no reason we shouldn't win all 3 games or at least be really competitive. Completely agree.
It. That is it. Yep.
Completely agree. Yeah. And guys, I'll wrap the show up. But fantastic week ahead. We've got more exciting football across the board. Development games, ladies, and men's in the summer series. Malcolm, you're due on a plane to head to the country tomorrow.
Pack the case today. Yep. Let's get it sorted.
Excellent. So again, anyone sees Malcolm's face in Dorset, please do give him a big wave and a big hello. But you will be at the football on Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday at Ringwood. That's it.
Amazing. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me again this morning. I'm sure I'll see at least one of your faces again tomorrow morning. If not, it'll just be Craig's. So we'll see how that goes. But look, have a fantastic Monday. And
Can I just sorry, could I just do a quick shout out for me wife? Basically, she's currently going through radiotherapy. She's had to have 2 surgeries because she's got a tumor next to her pituitary gland. She had 2 surgeries, couldn't get rid of it in there, so she's currently going through radiotherapy with it. So yeah, she's got 6 weeks of it, which ain't particularly nice in that. So she asked me to say if anyone's been through radiotherapy and has had a tumor near the pituitary gland, give a shout out and that. She'd love to hear anyone's experience. She's had trouble finding anyone's had the same kind of thing. And just to say to her that she's doing absolutely brilliant, really strong, still running around with the kids, still doing things that she probably shouldn't take it a lot more easier than she does. But yeah, she's really brilliant. And yeah.
And what's your wife's name, Sean?
Kelly.
Kelly, yeah, big shout out to Kelly. Big shout out to Kelly. Didn't quite have the same tumour, but I did have a malignant sarcoma, which took 16 weeks of radiotherapy about 2 years ago. And that was just under my left nasal passage. So by all means, she's more than welcome to reach out to me. I hope that she is absolutely taking it all on the chin and trying to relax into what is a horrible time. It's an incredibly horrible time, Sean, but you got to keep your chin on and keep your head up and keep positive, because it is only a very small temporary period that you will both come through, I promise. And,
well, but then this will be it, and that, as I had 2 surgeries before, so hopefully this all sorted out. But she's got anxiety in that, so yeah, she's got to have this mask over her face thing to stop her head moving during it. So yeah, not the nicest thing, but yeah. Take one day at a time.
Absolutely. And it sounds like she's got the best support at home, Sean. And there's even some comments coming in here for the chat for us. So
good luck with it.
Shout out to Kelly, and my thoughts and prayers are with you all at this difficult time, mate, for sure.
Yeah, this certainly gives me a bit of a break as well. So yeah, this community and really helps as well.
Good. Yeah, here for anything that you need, mate. Yeah, by all means, reach out anytime.
Keep your head up.
Welcome. Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And look, when the season kicks off and Kelly's back in a good way, make sure you get her out to a Bournemouth game. Yeah, that's the best thing you can do, Sean.
Yeah, try to. Though I'll probably get her more likely to the ladies' games more often.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Look, thank you guys again for joining me. Best of luck to both of your plans today. Malcolm, I know that you're travelling tomorrow, so safe travels tomorrow, mate. And
Thank you.
up the cherries in all departments for everyone in the chat. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.
Yeah, and you.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.